Hey, Dave here. Um, there was a either a thread or a contest. I believe it was a contest going around about show some albums with album titles with three words in it. And I didn't enter the contest, but I found there were plenty of albums to pick from for that type thing. So I picked out a few just to show what I have. This is Bar Phillips' 3-Day Moon. Really nice ECM album. Um, Bar Phillips plays bass, upright bass, like that, but also probably electric bass as well, I would imagine. You've got Terjir Ripdahl plays the guitar synthesizer, and organ on here. You've got Turlock Gertu plays talba and percussion. Bar Phillips plays bass, and you've got Dieter Frickner or something like that on synthesizer. Real nice album, and again, ECM was always really good at picking out album covers that were kind of indicative of the way that the music sounded on it. So like this album is real atmospheric, kind of sounds, atmosphere is the best way to describe it, but it's a jazz album, ECM jazz, if you're familiar with that. Ornette Coleman, Of Human Feelings. This is a good album if you like Ornette Coleman. I believe he was born and raised, if I'm not mistaken, there in Fort Worth. And, this is a jazz, free jazz album. That's the way I describe it. But you've got the Primetime Band on here with him. Various musicians. But I wouldn't recommend this album to just anybody. It's on the Antilles label. But regardless, I didn't like Ornette Coleman for the longest time, and finally clicked with me. And I don't know that I have to be in a certain mood to listen to him, but he's not an easy listen at times. If you're in the mood though for free jazz, then he works really great. Don't know if I can pronounce this or not, but this is Area, Italian band. This is their first album, which is right there. I believe it's pronounced something like Albach Mach Frei or something like that. Albach Mach Frei. This is them on the back. And like I said, they're an Italian band. This is their first album. Their lead singer was Dario Stratos. And he kind of sang in a kind of almost operatic style. Their music is sort of, again, kind of avant-garde, but in between, a lot of different styles. Jazzy, progressive, avant-garde, like I said, a lot of different styles there. And this one's no different. The album title comes from a denouncement of, it comes from one of the German Nazi prison camps, and is a denunciation of the Nazi slogan, which just translates to "work sets you free." Some people say this also has some Canterbury music in it. I don't hear that so much, but a real interesting album if you want to hear some adventurous listening. This is a Genesis Wind and Weathering album. one of their albums after Peter Gabriel, but one of them that still I think is worth picking up. This is the definitive remastered version, which is the way to go with a lot of these progressive albums. And yeah, really good album. Let's see if there's anything on here. I don't know if there's anything on here that was popular on the radio. But yeah, all around good Genesis album. I was going to say something about this one here. When I kind of got back into progressive music, I was buying a lot of music on eBay. And was on one of these boards like Steve what's his name, Steve Hoffman's board, something like that, and they were talking about bootlegs, and that's what this is. This originally got re-released on the Cramps label, I believe, and I don't know if you can see this right here, but it's a little logo of where it came from, and it says GNP Essential Music. But GNP was a Russian label, and so, you know, I later found out that this is a bootleg, and boy, it's kind of surprising at how well they can bootleg this stuff. And I asked them on that board, well, how can you tell if it's a bootleg? And they said, well, just stay away from anything that's Russian, which I didn't know this was, you know, printed in Russia. And a lot of the European stuff is also bootlegged. But you can see that they don't, you know, they don't have any kind of a record label printed on here. You know, it's just, you know, it's nondescript, I guess, in the way it is. This is, I guess that's the lead singer there. He also plays keyboards. But, yeah, that's one way to figure that out. And then the other way they just said is buy it from reputable dealers, in which I finally found one for progressive music. And I'll leave a link for it below. It's called Symphonic Music. They're out of Utah, I believe. And I think he has moved, but I think by now he's settled in. But he always, you know, he's quick turnaround. If you send him some money and, you know, figure out what you want, you know, you get your music, you know, get it real quick. You know, you get it within a week, something like that. But, you know, Symphonic Music, there's also some other dealers that handle progressive music. And, yeah, I'll leave a link below. This is the Flower Kings, Stardust We Are, 2 CD set, Swedish band, kind of symphonic, and maybe the closest thing I could compare them to is maybe, well, a lot of different things. They don't sound like anyone in particular, but kind of Yes in the way that they make some of their music, and just a blending of Yes, Genesis, and ELP and all that type thing. But yeah, pretty interesting. I read where they are remastering this album here, which really, I always thought they really needed to, because it sounded a bit murky to me. I think they used too much compression on it, which is a lot of criticism of CDs, and you know, it's hard to detect. I found it hard to detect, but you know, I really wasn't aware of it until some guy on one of these boards started talking about the compression on some of these CDs, and this is one I would definitely say so, because the you know, it's real interesting. It's really very layered and all that, and it's complex in the way that maybe, say, Yes did some of their music and whatnot. But you know, it kind of sounds murky too. And of course it opens up like this. But yeah, I heard where they were remastering it, and I would say, yeah, if you're gonna buy it, try and find the remastered version. I don't know if that is out yet, but yeah. The Flower Kings, Stardust We Are. It's a good album, though. I will say that. This is probably mispronounce all of this. Quella Vicia Locanda. It's a 2-record set. Again, this is the one I was trying to pronounce. Cuella Vicia Locanda. And here's the other one. It's Il Tiempo della Giori. And it's an Italian band, sort of symphonic, but with a blend of other styles and everything on there. It may be a little bit more acoustic with some of their sounds. But yeah, this is on well, this may be a boot too. This says made in Europe, so I don't know. But yeah, real interesting band though. A lot of these Italian bands were really influenced by, say, well, by a lot of English and American bands like Genesis, King Crimson, ELP, you know, all that type of thing. And so also Van de Graaff Generator, actually. They were bigger in Europe at the time, and sort of took that and kind of made their own sound with it, blended it, you know. But yeah, pretty good little albums. This is Machine and the Lysergic Nuts. Leap Second Neutral is the title of it. And it's a Japanese band, jazzy, fusiony, maybe a tad bit of Canterbury in it. This is on the Cuneiform label. So if you like the kind of like jazzy, fusiony, that type thing, you know, you'd probably like this as well. It's one of those Japan trains, high-speed trains, I imagine. But yeah, sort of interesting jazz fusion. And then this is, I'm not sure how to pronounce even the band's name on this one. This is, I'll just show it here. Lati e Misil, Passio Secundum Matheson, like this. But they're another Italian band. One of the things I like about some of these Italian bands is that they also used flute in a lot of their music, which added another nice dimension. I know Genesis, you know, Peter Gabriel played flute, you know, in the early Genesis band, but this is on the Polydor label. But, you know, a lot of the Italians and some of the other bands like that included flute in it, gave it a nice addition to their sound, kind of airy or whatever, kind of, you know, almost acoustic feel to some of it. But yeah, this band here. Anywho, that is a few of my 3-word titles. So there you have it. Summer, it's hot here. I had my sprinklers worked on the other day, and I was sure needing that, but now we're in a water shortage, so you can only water 1 day a week anyway. So it's just really hot. Just doing what I need to do to keep everything going here in the summer. Hope everybody's having a good summer and staying safe. I'll talk to you later.